I am here at Scodix booth at Printing United in Las Vegas with my good friend Warren Werbitt. Warren, or Print Whisperer, right?
We'll go with Warren.
Yeah, yeah. You know, sometimes when you get invited to come to a booth like this, I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I feel a little bit, no, that's nice to being invited, right? And then you think about, okay, there's no script, there are no requirements, there's no nothing, we can talk about anything we want, right?
Exactly.
So you can start wondering, okay, why? And I think that one of the reasons why I was asked to interview you here is because as you have been a printer yourself, you have printer to printer on what they think,
yep.
you have a consultancy business, you even have a merchandise shop on your website.
It's all about promoting print.
Yeah, I know, and you know, the only thing that disappoints me now when we talk about you as a brand is that you're not wearing a pink shirt. That annoys me, actually.
Well, if you were here yesterday...
I know you had it on yesterday, but you know...
I mispacked.
That's okay. No, so I just think that when you're invited here, my mind is that, okay, you have a voice, not just in America, but starting to get global, I take, right?
Right.
So why is it important to have a friend that is not biased?
Why is it important to have a friend that's not biased? Well, if you're not biased, then you're getting real information, right? If you're biased, then there's always a slant. And I think the world's slanted enough in all kinds of places, especially today, the slant is pretty big. First of all, I just want to say, I love being invited. It makes me so happy because it gives me, after 27 years of owning a print company, it's all coming back now. Everything that I've done, the way I used to promote print, the company, the people that work for me, the manufacturers, like everybody, now people are calling me. So I feel good.
But it's because you are, and you have, since I got to know you a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, that was, as you said, we met at the Crown Pub
right.
in the UK, right?
Online.
Online, yeah. And then we met and had a great day in your water, yeah, but also in your own city.
Oh, that's right, you were in Montreal first.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just thinking that, you know, when you have been so open-minded about your ups and downs in the industry, you have experienced all sides, from how banks treat you, how the manufacturer, paper merchants. I mean, you have been, so you can probably relate to any situation with almost any printer, right?
Unfortunately, fortunately, yes. From starting the company with 2 people, building it up to 19 million, 120 people, we truly were I believe, the first printing company to have offset 40-inch, 56-inch UV. We had the first iGen 5 in the world with the 24-point capacity and the embellishment colors, the 3 colors. We had Flexo, conventional and digital. We had the large format, everything under large format, roll-to-roll, and flatbeds.
And even your brother is still in print, right? I mean,
yeah,
so
well, my brothers
right?
kept on with the labels, and when we did it, so we were one of the first. We were the first to do the one of the first to do the FSC. We did FSI, PEFC. Everything that I did was for the company, but also marketing, right? Change the way that it is. But being the one-stop shop, we were talking 15 years ago about being able to manage a company's brand on any substrate across the board.
Amazing, right? So, when we are here at Scodix booth, they are also a pioneer, because they kind of pioneered digital embellishment, right?
Absolutely.
And I don't really think we should talk about technology, because that is, in my mind, this is so not so important today. But what is important is that we see embellishment. I think even you talk about embellishment a lot in your printer to printer, because it adds value to the final product.
You know, so first of all, forget the word technology, because technology is a big word that has a lot of meaning. As a basic printer, we could talk color, we could talk embellishment, we could talk emotion. So one thing with Scodix and all the others that are doing the embellishments, the feeling, the emotion you get. I mean, the fact is, stuff checks out off the shelf the more stuff it has on it that's exciting, right?
But also, I mean, sometimes we spoke to a young guy before that was operating a trade finishing company, and basically said he was a little bit bored about doing the same stuff day out, day in, because there's also the craftsmanship to what we do, right? We want to do something that is like cool, right?
So today, even though the technology allows us to do this, there is craftsmanship in understanding what you're doing, in looking at it.
Especially if you want to extend it to just the standards, right?
craftsmanship doesn't have to mean old school.
No.
Craft is craft,
Yeah.
right? So I think there's a lot of people, young and old, that are coming together to make this happen together. But it's just so exciting. It's people always say to me, oh, what's happening in print? Where's it going? I said, I don't really know where it's going because I don't have a crystal ball. I said, but I can tell you right now, the flash is on, the bling is on. That's what everybody's talking about. So we got to take that, use it, get it in everywhere it has to be, get it out there. People need to learn how to buy it, sell it, and then resell it for the ROI.
When you talk to printing companies and their owners that already have invested in some kind of embellishment, do you talk to them whether they make money on these investments? Or you don't speak in details about that?
No, I ask all the time.
Yeah.
Like, remember, as a printer, I spend a lot of money on equipment, and it's really important to know how fast you're going to have the cash to start to pay it back, because all I'm thinking about is the next investment I want to make, right? So I'm talking to people today, and then I'll tell you about Taktiful and why after. So today, we have a few companies that the owner has the mentality and the drive to want it. So he's pushing it. And then he's doing whatever he has to with whatever resources he has to make it happen. Bring in the right people, bring in the manufacturer, the suppliers to teach, and then they'll work together to make it happen. But for the most part, there's a lot of people, and I think it's, I don't want to say traditional, but it's traditional in that a lot of people buy equipment, don't know what to do with it, and then want to figure it out, but it's too late then, because your payments are coming. It's like rent. The payments are coming every 30 days, and then you start to panic. So if I may, I'll just tell you what I'm doing now. I'm now working in partnership with Kevin Abergel, who's awesome, and we have a company called Taktiful. And the whole idea behind Taktiful is really to work first with, we're working with all the manufacturers to help teach their salespeople how to go and sell to the printer, right? And then we're gonna work with the printer to teach them and their people, how to start thinking that it's not a price per thousand, it's not a commodity, it's about added value, it's about ROI, it's about learning to teach them how to talk to their customer the same way to flip it and get their excitement, because people aren't doing that.
So, but I love Kevin, I love Taktiful, I know that you're involved in it, so I think it's great because you together and also the other people I've seen as part of the group you really push some boundaries in the traditional thinking of this, right? When you look at, I know that you said that we shouldn't talk too much about technology. I also said that we should not talk about details, but I'm just thinking that...
Only because it's a long word.
Yeah. But I was thinking that when we have the technology today enable this at a way more affordable level for the brand owners and for the buyers, that should open up a lot of new opportunities for the customers, right?
Well, everything that comes out eventually comes down a little bit in price. There is a price to pay if you want to be an innovator, but if you want to be an innovator and you're going to take that step, then you got to throw everything behind it to take advantage of being the innovator, which is what I always used to do. And in some cases I won, in some cases I lost, but always had fun doing it. And you can't measure this, but what it does for your people when you're doing all this stuff, it keeps everybody excited, it keeps them on their toes, it keeps them wanting to do more, as opposed to the companies that are just flatline.
So essentially, this is, as so many other things, that the first movers and the disruptors are the ones that take the risk but can potentially get the gain as well, right?
You have to work it though. There's no secrets, and nothing's given for free today, right? So it's really, you have to work hard. And everyone should know, nothing is easy, but if you put your mind to it, you make it happen. I'll just tell you, one of the ways with Taktiful that I said to Kevin we're going to work is, when we're presenting to the printer, if the ownership is not sitting in on every session that we do, I'm not working with that company. Because I know as an owner that if I wasn't there, and it's normal, people fall off, or they're looking this way, they're looking that way, they're on their phone, right? But if the owner's there and he's serious, it's his money. And he's going to remunerate everybody for doing it right. But it takes leadership at the top, not the second in command, the first.
Let that be the last word.
Thank you so much.
Always
a pleasure.
My pleasure. And have a safe trip to Himalaya.
Absolutely. I'll tell you all about it when I get back.